Don't expect us, Mom. We're not your carers. She thought I was helpless, old, confused, easy to kill. I had 72 hours before my heart surgery. 72 hours before she expected me to die on that operating table. She didn't know I'd been watching, documenting everything. She didn't know what I'd found, or how deep the conspiracy went. And she definitely didn't know what my dead husband Thomas left me. The one thing that would change everything. And one instruction. Wait until they make their move. Then strike. They made their move. Now it was my turn. Rebecca stood at the foot of my hospital bed, her husband Michael beside her, arms crossed, faces cold. Don't expect us, Mom, she said. No emotion. We're not your carers. The fluorescent lights hummed. A nurse walked past. Everything normal, except my daughter had just told me I was on my own. The night before heart surgery. I didn't cry, didn't beg. I watched her face, the way her jaw tightened. Michael's hand on her shoulder, rehearsed. I understand, I said, quiet, defeated. Rebecca relaxed. She'd expected a fight. We'll check on you after, Michael added. But we have our own lives. They left. I sat in that hospital bed, heart monitor beeping, for drip counting down. And I smiled, because they didn't know what I'd found 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks earlier. First National Bank. Tuesday, 9 a.m. Janet, the branch manager, recognized me. Safety deposit box 847, I said. Under Thomas's name. She led me to the vault. Inside the box, 3 envelopes, 1 USB drive, 1 sealed letter. Thomas's handwriting. Shaky. Final days. Helen, watch Rebecca. Watch the house deed. Watch the bank accounts. I've been watching them for 3 months. I know what they're planning. Everything you need is in these envelopes. Don't trust anyone except Margaret Stone, Ellen, and Detective Morrison. Fight Helen, Thomas. My hands shook. Envelope 1. Bank statements. Withdrawals I never authorized. $15,000, $22,000, $38,000. Total, 75. Oh, my signature on each. Perfect copies, almost. But I was in Michigan when 3 were dated. Hospital records could prove it. Envelope 2, power of attorney. My signature, giving Rebecca full control over my finances, medical decisions, property. I never signed it. Envelope 3, house deed transfer, pending. Transferring my home to Thompson Family Trust, a trust I never created. Controlled by Rebecca and Michael, I walked out on steady legs. Inside, I was burning. Rebecca is my only child. Married Michael 6 years ago. When Thomas got sick, they moved in to help. 3 years ago. Never left. 6 months ago. Things changed. Closed doors. Whispers. Thomas noticed first. Watch her, Helen. He said 2 weeks before he died. I thought grief made him paranoid. I was wrong. After the bank. 3 calls. Margaret Stone. Estate attorney. Margaret. Thomas was right. Don't sign anything. Don't confront them. Act normal, Ellen. My sister. Former social worker, Ellen. Document everything at the house, already on it. I've been watching. Detective Morrison. Family friend, Jim. Thomas's concerns. I have proof. I'll pull records. Quietly. 24 hours. I texted Rebecca. Okay, honey. Whatever you think is best. I trust you. She responded. Thanks, Mom. We love you. I deleted it. That night Ellen called. Helen, I ran Michael's background. Deep. And his real name is Marcus Holloway. Michael Thompson is fake. My stomach dropped. He's been married 3 times. All 3 wives had elderly parents. All 3 parents lost significant assets. All 3 parents died within 18 months. How? Different states. Different names. He changes identity between operations. The money? Offshore accounts. Shell corporations. This is organized, professional. And Rebecca? Silence. She knows, I said. Documents have her signature. Bank accounts list her as beneficiary. There's more, Ellen said. Marcus Holloway is wanted in Arizona. Elder abuse. Fraud. Attempted murder. My breath caught. He disappeared before arrest. 4 years ago. Changed his name. Found Rebecca. Attempted murder. His 3rd wife's father. Gerald Chen. 78. Fell downstairs at his care facility. Broke his neck. Handrail had been loosened. Gerald complained about Michael threatening him 2 days before. Ellen, my heart surgery is Friday. I know. Complications happen during heart surgery. I know. What do I do? Fight. Detective Morrison called at 6 a.m. Helen, listen carefully. FBI has an open investigation on Marcus Holloway. Elder fraud ring. Multi-state. 12 victims minimum. $2.3 million theft. And Rebecca? Listed as associate. 6 months surveillance. Not enough evidence yet. I have evidence. I know. Thomas sent me copies. I've been waiting for the right moment. Why? Thomas wanted you to find it yourself. Wanted you to take them down. Otherwise they'd claim coercion. Claim you were incompetent. What do I do? Margaret will contact FBI. We build an airtight case. I have surgery Friday. Silence. Then we move faster. Margaret spread documents across her table. This is federal. Wire fraud. Identity theft. Forgery. Possibly conspiracy to commit murder. Can you stop them? I can freeze accounts. Block transfers. But that tips them off. Alternative? Let them think they're winning. Document everything. Get them on record. How? FBI wire. You wear it. Get them talking. Before surgery? She looked at me. Helen, do you think they'll let you survive that surgery? No. I whispered. Then we don't let you have it. Not yet. Not until they're in custody. Tell me what to do. That evening, home. Rebecca and Michael cooking. Mom, how was your day? Tiring. Everything okay for Friday? Yes, all set. I went to my room, under my pillow. FBI recording device. In my bathroom. Hidden camera. Ellen installed. In my closet. GPS tracker on Michael's car. I was hunting them. Ellen called midnight. Patricia Morrison's medical records. Marcus's second wife's mother. Died during heart surgery 18 months ago. Cardiac arrest. Otherwise healthy. What killed her? Autopsy showed sedative. Interacted with anesthesia. Caused cardiac arrest. Looked natural. My medication. What? Rebecca manages my medication. Sorts it into daily containers. Don't take anything. Not until tested. Send me a testing kit. Already on the way. Kit arrived midnight. Ellen met me 2 blocks away. I took 3 pills from each container. Labeled. Sealed. Ellen left with samples. Tomorrow. FBI agent Chen was coming. Tomorrow recording started. Tomorrow. Final phase began. Tomorrow. I'd know if my daughter was trying to kill me. Ellen called 6 a.m. Your blood pressure medication isn't blood pressure medication. It's sedative. Lorazepam, strong dose, and combined with blood thinner, warfarin, high concentration. What does that do? During surgery with anesthesia? Complications. Excessive bleeding. Pressure drop. Makes it easy for something to go wrong. Looks natural. Nobody's fault. Rebecca did this. Yes. How many others? Checking Patricia's records. If same drugs, we prove pattern. Prove intent. That afternoon, Agent Sarah Chen sat in my living room. Rebecca and Michael out. Mrs. Thompson, this is attempted murder. We move now. Can you prove it? With medication tests? Yes. Forged documents? Yes. Patricia Morrison's case? Absolutely. What about others? We're building a case. Marcus isn't working alone. Someone's creating documents. Someone with legal authority. Someone who can forge signatures, file paperwork, make everything legitimate. Who? Don't know yet. But we're close. When we get them, we get everyone. She paused. I need you to do something difficult. What? Let them think they're winning. Few more days. We need them to contact their handler. Expose the whole operation. My surgery is Friday. Cancel it. Medical complication. Postpone 2 weeks. That gives us time. They'll know. They'll think you're scared. Elderly patient. Routine anxiety. They'll push harder. When they push, they expose themselves. What do you need? Wear a wire. Record everything. Get them talking. Mention their contacts. And don't take any medication. That night, Rebecca came home. Found me reading. Mom, We need to talk. About Friday. What about it? Rebecca sat, took my hand, warm, concerned, practiced. We know you're scared, but trust the doctors. I do. Then why postpone? My heart skipped. How did you know? Hospital called. They thought we knew. I needed more time. Michael stepped forward. This surgery is urgent. We don't want you to risk waiting 2 weeks. They said it was fine. Who said? Rebecca Sharper. Dr. Patterson. We should call him. Confirm. I already did. Rebecca and Michael exchanged glances. Quick. Meaningful. Mom, is something wrong? Behind me. FBI camera. Recording dot in my pocket. Wire transmitter. Broadcasting to Agent Chen. Nothing's wrong, honey. I'm just scared. Rebecca relaxed. We'll be with you. Every step. They left. Whispering dot in my ear. Agent Chen's voice. Perfect. We got it. Keep going. Ellen called that night. Patricia Morrison's medical records. Blood tests before surgery. And same drugs. Lorazepam, warfarin. Same concentrations. Same pattern. So we prove Marcus Holloway killed Patricia. And we prove he's trying to kill you. How many others? Checking. But there's more. What? Patricia's daughter, Jennifer. Marcus's third wife. Oregon. Wants to talk. Why? She didn't know. Thought her mother died naturally. Thought money disappeared legitimately. She's lived with guilt 3 years. What changed? She saw Rebecca's picture online. Facebook. Recognized her. Different name. Same face. Realized Marcus didn't stop. Just found a new victim. Does FBI know? Agent Chen's flying to Oregon tomorrow. Interview Jennifer. Connect all cases. I sat in darkness. Rebecca and Michael asleep. Pills that could kill me. Surgery postponed. And somewhere. Other daughters. Other families. Other victims. Ellen. How many? Victims? Yes. Silence. At least 4 confirmed. Maybe more we haven't found. I wasn't their first target. I was just the next one. Detective. Morrison arrived at Rebecca and Michael still asleep. Plain clothes. Briefcase. Looked like financial advisor. Helen. We need to move fast. He spread files across my kitchen table. Marcus Holloway. Born 1981. First arrest 2003. Credit card fraud. He pulled out photos. Different faces. Same cold eyes. 207. Married Linda Patterson. Oregon. Linda's father Richard owned construction company. Worth $1.8 million. Richard died 8 months later. Fall from scaffolding. Ruled accidental. Company sold. Marcus disappeared with 89000. Another file. 2011. Marcus resurfaces. Mark Tompkins. Married Jennifer Chen. Vegas. Jennifer's mother Patricia owned rental properties. $2.3 million. Patricia died during heart surgery. 2023. 18 months after Marcus married Jennifer. Cardiac arrest. Routine procedure. Autopsy showed sedative. Lorazepam. Blood thinner. Warfarin. Doctors dismissed it. Said Patricia took anxiety medication. Interacted with anesthesia. Not suspicious, but it was murder. Yes, but Marcus covered his tracks. Documents showed Patricia requested medication. Signed forms. Everything legitimate, except Patricia didn't request it. Correct. By the time anyone questioned it, Marcus was gone. Became Michael Thompson. Found Rebecca. He pulled out final file. Gerald Chen. Patricia's husband. Jennifer's father. Noticed $75,000 missing. Confronted Marcus. Threatened to report fraud. 2 days later, Gerald fell downstairs at Riverside Manor. Broke his neck. Died instantly. Riverside Manor. Michael mentioned that name. Morrison's jaw tightened. Riverside Manor has 7 suspicious deaths in 3 years. All elderly. All within 6 months of transferring assets. All ruled accidental. It's part of the network. FBI is investigating. But it's complicated. Privately owned. Shell Corporation. Offshore accounts. Same structure Marcus uses. How many victims total? FBI estimates minimum 12. Possibly 20. Total theft. $8 million. Possibly $15 million. 20 victims. $15 million. What about Rebecca? She met Marcus 6 years ago. Online. Wealth Builder Network. FBI thinks Marcus recruited her. Targeted her. Your husband had assets. You had property. Perfect marks. But she stayed. She helped, yes. She's not a victim. She's a perpetrator. Agent Chen arrived at noon. FBI badge clipped to belt. Mrs. Thompson, I've reviewed the evidence. This is enough to arrest Marcus and Rebecca today. Then why don't you? Because we won the network. The document forger. Everyone. She pulled out laptop. We've been investigating elder fraud 3 years. Started with Riverside Manor. But we couldn't prove conspiracy. Until Marcus's pattern emerged. She clicked through photos. Marcus doesn't work alone. Forging documents requires expertise. Moving money offshore requires banking connections. This is organized crime. Who's organizing it? We believe there's an attorney. Someone who creates legal framework. Forges signatures. Files paperwork. We've found the same legal language in 11 cases across 5 states. You have a suspect? Richard Caldwell. Attorney. Estate law specialist. San Francisco. He's represented Marcus in 3 previous cases. But we can't prove he's forging documents. We need direct evidence. How? You get Marcus and Rebecca to call him. Bring him here. Have him prepare documents in your presence. While you're wearing a wire. While we're recording, she handed me earpiece. Smaller than rice grain. This is your lifeline. If you feel threatened, say Thomas. We extract you immediately. Understood. That afternoon, I texted Rebecca. Honey, can we talk tonight? About the house. About my care. I'm ready to make decisions. She responded instantly. Of course, Mom. Home by 6. Love you. I deleted it. Agent Chen wired the house. Cameras in smoke detectors. Picture frames. Coffee maker. Audio and video. Everything. Don't look at cameras. Act normal. Morrison installed recording equipment. Backup drives. Cloud storage. If they find one device, we have 3 others. They can't stop all of them. Rebecca and Michael arrived 6:03 p.m. I was in living room. Documents spread. Looking confused. Mom? Rebecca's voice. Concerned. Hi, honey. I've been looking at these papers Thomas left. I don't understand them. Rebecca sat. Took my hand. That's why we're here. To help. Michael leaned forward. This is why you need power of attorney. So we can manage these things. But I already signed that, didn't I? They exchanged glances. You signed preliminary document, Mom. We need to finalize it. Make it official. With the house, in my ear. Agent Chen's voice. Perfect. Keep going. The house. Remember? Family trust. Tax purposes. Estate planning. Who controls it? We do. Rebecca and me. But for your benefit. For your care. What if I don't have the surgery? Silence. Rebecca's hand tightened. Mom, you need surgery. Doctors said urgent. But what if something goes wrong? Michael stood, tense. We need to finalize documents before Friday. Just in case. Just in case what? In case there are complications. In case you're unable to make decisions afterward. In my ear, ask about their attorney. Do we need an attorney? Rebecca nodded. Yes, Michael knows someone. Estate law specialist. Richard Caldwell. Bingo. Tomorrow? Yes, tomorrow afternoon. He'll bring documents. You sign. Everything's settled. Okay. Tomorrow. They left my room. Went to kitchen. Whispered. Then Rebecca's voice. Phone call. Richard. It's Rebecca. Tomorrow works. PM. She's ready to sign. Everything. Yes. House. Accounts. Medical proxy. All of it. No. She won't be a problem. She's confused. Old. She'll sign whatever we put in front of her. In my ear. We got it. Recorded. Tomorrow. We get them on camera. Morning came. Agent Chen arrived 6 a.m. This is the wire. Latest technology. Invisible. She attached it. Thin. Flexible. This transmits to our van. Half block away. Any threat, say Thomas. We're inside 30 seconds. Margaret arrived. Lawyer face. Helen, you're confused. Old. Easily led. You trust Rebecca. Ask questions. What am I signing? Why? If Caldwell explains without reading first, that means he already knows. That means conspiracy. And signatures? Sign wrong dates. Wrong initials. See if he corrects you. If he tells you how to forge your own signature, that's evidence. 2 p.m. doorbell. Richard Caldwell. Mid-50s. Expensive suit. Silver hair. Warm smile. Predator's face. Mrs. Thompson. I'm Richard Caldwell. Pleasure to meet you. Behind him. Rebecca and Michael. Behind me. Cameras recording. In my ear. Invite him in. Act trusting, Mr. Caldwell. Please. Come in. He sat. Open briefcase. Documents. Thick stack. Mrs. Thompson. Rebecca and Michael asked me to help with estate planning. Make sure everything's in order. With your surgery. Yes. Friday. He spread papers. This is revised power of attorney. Gives Rebecca and Michael authority to make financial and medical decisions if you're unable. Didn't I already sign this? He hesitated. You signed preliminary version. This is finalized. More comprehensive. What's different? Scope. This covers all assets, all accounts, all property. Complete control. Complete authority to act on your behalf. Yes, in my ear. Ask about the trust and this other document. This transfers your home to Thompson Family Trust. Estate tax purposes. Protects property from probate. Who controls trust? Rebecca and Michael are trustees. You're beneficiary. You retain right to live here, but legal ownership transfers. So I'm signing my house to Rebecca. Transferring to trust for your benefit. But yes, ultimately, Rebecca inherits. I picked up pen. In my ear. Sign wrong date. 2024 instead of 2025. I wrote November 15th, 2024. Caldwell's hand shot out. Mrs. Thompson. The date. It's 2025. October. Oh, sorry. I'm confused. It's fine. Write today's date. October 2nd, 2025. I crossed out wrong date. Wrote correct one. In my ear. Perfect. He coached you. Now sign middle initial wrong. I signed. Helen R. Thompson. My real initial is M. Caldwell frowned. Mrs. Thompson. Your middle initial. Isn't it M? Is it? I thought all your documents show M. Helen M. Thompson. You should use same initial. For consistency. Should I cross this out? Yes. Initial here instead. He showed me exactly where. Exactly how, teaching me to forge my own signature. In my ear. We got him. That's expert knowledge. Evidence he's forged documents before. I signed everything. House, accounts, medical proxy. Everything. Caldwell collected them. Excellent. I'll file these tomorrow. 72 hours. By Monday. Transfers complete. Surgery is Friday. Exactly. Perfect timing. He left. In my ear. Agent Chen. Excited. We got everything. Recorded. Caldwell coaching signatures. Rebecca admitting surgery timing. Michael thanking Caldwell. FBI is moving. Arrest warrants being prepared. I sat in my living room. House signed away, but signatures fake. Filed under duress. With FBI evidence. Invalid. House still mine. Life still mine. Tomorrow, Rebecca, Michael, and Richard Caldwell in federal custody. I texted Ellen. It's done. She responded. Thomas would be proud. I looked at his photo, smiled. We got them, Thomas. We got them all. The morning after Caldwell left, I woke to my phone ringing. 5 a.m. Agent Chen. Mrs. Thompson. We have a problem. My heart sank. What? Caldwell filed the documents. Last night. PM. Electronic filing. They're trying to rush everything through before we can arrest them. Can you stop it? Already did. Federal injunction. Court order. Everything's frozen. But there's something else. What? We got a warrant. Search Caldwell's office overnight. Found files. Lots of files. Helen, this is bigger than we thought. How big? 23 victims. Not 12. 23. Dating back 15 years. Total theft. $23 million. And there are more we haven't identified yet. I sat up. Hands shaking. 23 families. Yes. And 6 deaths. 6. Not 3. Patricia Morrison. Gerald Chen, 4 others. All within 18 months of asset transfers. All ruled natural causes or accidental. Michael killed 6 people. Marcus Holloway killed 6 people. Yes, and Caldwell helped cover it up. Legal paperwork, death certificates, trust transfers, everything legitimate looking. He's not just forging documents. He's orchestrating murders. When do you arrest them? Today. This morning. But there's a complication. What complication? We found something else in Caldwell's files. A DNR form. Do not resuscitate order. With your signature. Filed with the hospital yesterday. My breath caught. I never signed a DNR. We know. It's forged. But it's in the hospital system. If you go into surgery, if there are complications, the hospital won't intervene. They'll let you die. They're going to kill me during surgery. They're going to try. But we're not letting that happen. Your surgery is postponed indefinitely. Medical hold. FBI protection until arrests are complete. When? 3 hours. We have warrants. Teams positioned. We're taking them all at once. Rebecca, Michael, Caldwell, and everyone else connected. Everyone else? Riverside Manor administrators. The notary who's been certifying forged signatures. A banker who's been moving money offshore. This is a network. We're dismantling all of it. Today. Today. I hung up. Sat in darkness. My surgery postponed. My life in FBI protection. My daughter about to be arrested for attempted murder. This was really happening. Ellen called next. Helen, you okay? FBI found the DNR. I know. Agent Chen called me. Helen, they were going to kill you. Today, during surgery. The medication in your system combined with forged DNR. You would have died. And it would have looked natural. How many others died this way? At least 3. Patricia Morrison, Daniel Keller, Susan Brennan. All heart surgery. All complications. All DNR orders filed without consent. All died when doctors didn't intervene. Caldwell filed the DNRs. Yes, he has medical proxy authority through forged POA documents. He contacts hospitals, files DNRs, says the family requested it. Nobody questions him. He's an attorney. Everything looks official. And during surgery, the sedatives cause complications. Drop in blood pressure, cardiac issues. Doctors see the DNR. They don't intervene aggressively. Patient dies. Natural causes. Nobody investigates. It's perfect. It was perfect. Until Thomas left you everything. Until you fought back. I looked at Thomas's photo. He saved my life. He did. And today, you're saving 23 other families from the same fate. At a.m., Rebecca and Michael came home. I was in kitchen. Coffee. Normal, Mom? You're up early. Couldn't sleep. Thinking about everything. Rebecca sat. Concerned face. About the surgery. About the documents. About signing everything over. It feels sudden. Michael tensed. Mrs. Thompson, we discussed this. With your attorney. Everything's settled. I know. Can I see the documents again? Before they're final? Rebecca and Michael exchanged glances. They're already filed, Mom. Mr. Caldwell filed them last night. Everything's official now. So fast. He said it was important to finalize everything before surgery. When is surgery? Friday. Tomorrow. I thought it was postponed. Silence. Rebecca's smile faltered. Who told you it was postponed? The hospital called. Said there was a complication. Needed more tests. Michael stood. Walked to window. Tense. We should call them. Confirm. Make sure everything's okay. I already did. When? This morning. They said Friday is still scheduled. Rebecca looked at Michael. Something passed between them. Quick. Worried dot in my ear. Agent Chen's voice. They're panicking. They know something's wrong. 30 minutes. Hold them there. Actually, I need to tell you something, I said. Rebecca turned. What, Mom? I've been having chest pains. This morning. Really bad. I think I should go to hospital. Now. Michael stepped forward. How bad? Bad enough. Can you drive me? Of course. Rebecca, get Mom's insurance card. Her medications. Rebecca went to my room. Michael stayed. Eyes sharp. Mrs. Thompson, what kind of chest pains? Pressure. Here. I touched my chest, radiating down my arm. Classic heart attack symptoms. We should call ambulance. No, too expensive. You can drive me. It's 10 minutes, but if it's serious, please. I don't want the expense. Just drive me. He nodded, but his face said he didn't believe me. In my ear. Good. Keep stalling. 15 minutes. Rebecca returned, handed me pill bottle, my blood pressure medication, the fake medication, the poison. Take one, Mom, for your heart. I looked at the bottle, looked at her. Now? Yes, before we go. It'll help. In my ear. Don't take it. Refuse. Say you already took one. I already took one this morning. I shouldn't take another. When did you take it? 6 a.m. When I called hospital. Rebecca and Michael exchanged looks again. We should go, Michael said. Now. We walked to car. Michael driving. Rebecca beside him. Me and Baghdad in my ear. They're planning something. We're following. Don't worry. We drove. But not toward hospital. Wrong direction, Michael. Hospital is the other way, taking back road. Faster, less traffic. But the back road led away from town. Toward highway. Toward rural area. My heart actually started racing. Michael, this isn't right. Turn around. Just trust me, Mrs. Thompson. I know a shortcut. In my ear. We see you. We're 30 seconds behind. If they don't turn around in 2 minutes, say Thomas, we'll stop them. 1 minute. We kept driving. Further from town. Further from help, Michael. Turn around. Now. Just a few more minutes, Thomas. FBI vehicles appeared from nowhere. 3 cars. Blocking the road ahead. Blocking behind. Michael slammed brakes. Car screeched to stop. FBI agents surrounded car. Guns drawn. Vests with yellow FBI letters. Agent Chen opened my door. Mrs. Thompson, you're safe. Another agent pulled Michael from driver's seat. Handcuffed him against the car. Marcus Holloway. You're under arrest for conspiracy to commit murder, elder abuse, wire fraud, identity theft. Rebecca screamed. Tried to run. 2 agents grabbed her. Rebecca Thompson. You're under arrest for conspiracy to commit murder, elder abuse, wire fraud. I stood beside Agent Chen. Watched my daughter being handcuffed. Watched her scream that I'd betrayed her. But she'd tried to kill me. She'd poisoned my medication. Forged a DNR. Driven me away from hospital toward. What? What were they planning? Agent Chen seemed to read my mind. We found a syringe in Michael's jacket. Potassium chloride. Enough to cause instant cardiac arrest. They were taking you somewhere remote. Somewhere they could inject you. Make it look like heart attack. Then call 911. Say you collapsed on way to hospital. By the time paramedics arrived, you'd be dead. Forged DNR would prevent resuscitation. Clean. Untraceable. I felt cold. They were going to kill me in the car. Yes. How did you know? Because Patricia Morrison died the same way. In a car, on the way to her heart surgery. Marcus was driving. She had sudden cardiac arrest. By the time paramedics arrived, she was gone. DNR prevented intervention. Death ruled natural. Until we exhumed her body last week. You exhumed Patricia? Yes. Found potassium chloride. Same method. Same plan. Marcus has done this before. I looked at Michael. Handcuffed. Face cold. Emotionless. Not Michael. Marcus. Serial killer. 23 victims. 6 dead. $23 million stolen. And my daughter was his partner. At FBI headquarters. They showed me everything. Files. Photos. Documents. 23 families destroyed. 6 people dead. Names. Faces. Stories. Linda Patterson's father. Richard. Age 68. Fall from scaffolding. 8 months after Marcus married Linda. $890,000 stolen. Patricia Morrison. Age 76. Cardiac arrest. Car. On way to surgery. Marcus driving. $2.1 million stolen. Gerald Chen. Age 78. Fall downstairs. Riverside Manor. Broken neck. Marcus visited him that day. $1.8 million stolen. Daniel Keller. Age 81. Heart surgery complications. DNR forged. Died on table. Marcus married his daughter. $3.2 million stolen. Susan Brennan. Age 73. Endoscopy procedure. Cardiac arrest. DNR forged. Marcus married her son's widow. $1.4 million stolen. Thomas Reynolds. Age 79. Medication overdose. Accidental. Marcus was his daughter's boyfriend. $2.7 million stolen. 6 murders. Proven. Medical evidence. Witnesses. Patterns. And 17 other victims who survived but lost everything. Houses. Savings. Dignity. 23 families. $23 million. 15 years. How did you catch him? I asked Agent Chen. You, Thomas, Ellen, Detective Morrison. You all worked together. You documented everything. You wore the wire. You got Caldwell on record. Without you, Marcus would still be operating. Still killing. Still stealing. What about the others? The network? Caldwell arrested this morning. His office. Full confession in exchange for reduced sentence. He named everyone. The notary. The banker. Riverside Manor administrators. A doctor who was certifying fake medical reports. 7 people total. All arrested. All charged. Federal RICO case. RICO? Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. Organized crime. Carries mandatory minimums. Long sentences. They're going away for decades. And Rebecca? Agent Chen hesitated. Rebecca is cooperating. She's giving testimony against Marcus. Against Caldwell. In exchange, prosecutors are offering 15 years instead of life. 15 years. Yes, with good behavior. Maybe 12. She'll be 49 when she's released. I thought about my daughter, 34 years old, facing 12 to 15 years in federal prison. She made her choice. I said, yes, she did. That night, Ellen stayed with me. We sat in my living room, my home, the home they'd tried to steal. What happens now? I asked. Tomorrow you meet with Margaret. You revoke all the documents. Everything Caldwell filed is void. Obtained through fraud and coercion. Your house stays yours. Your money stays yours. Everything. And the surgery? Real surgery. Different hospital. Different doctors. FBI has it arranged. New surgeon. Dr. Catherine Walsh. Harvard trained. Expert in cardiac procedures. You'll be safe. When? 2 weeks. After trials start. After you testify. Then you recover. Then you move forward. Move forward. Ellen took my hand. Helen, you stopped them. You saved yourself. And you saved 23 other families from going through this again. Marcus Holloway's spree is over. Because of you. I looked at Thomas's photo. Because of him. Because of both of you. Later that night, alone, I opened the envelope Thomas had left. The one marked after. Inside a letter. Helen, if you're reading this, they made their move. And you stopped them. I'm proud of you. I always knew you were stronger than they thought. Stronger than you thought. Rebecca made her choice. I saw it coming. I tried to warn her. She didn't listen. Remember, you didn't fail her. She failed herself. Live, Helen. Live well. Live free. Use the money to help others. Start a foundation. Protect vulnerable people. Make my death mean something. I love you. Always, Thomas. I folded the letter. Placed it back in the envelope. Tomorrow, the legal battles would begin. Trials. Testimonies. Sentencing. But tonight, I was alive. My daughter had tried to kill me. My husband had saved me. And 23 families would get justice. I looked out the window. Saw FBI surveillance car. Protection detail. Until trials ended. Then I'd be free. Then I'd start the foundation. Then I'd make Thomas's death mean something. But first, I had to survive one more revelation, because Agent Chen called at midnight. Mrs. Thompson, we found something else. What? Marcus has a 4th identity. Another state. Another victim. Currently in progress. My blood ran cold. Who? Woman named Sarah Mitchell. Boston. Age 67. Her daughter married someone named Martin Holloway 6 months ago. Same pattern. Assets being transferred. Surgery scheduled next week. He's not working alone. No, he has a partner. Another Marcus. We think it's his brother, or an associate. Someone who learned the method. Someone who's replicating it. How many are there? We don't know. But we're finding them. And we're stopping them. Because of you. I hung up, sat in darkness. Marcus Holloway arrested. But the network was bigger than one man. Tomorrow, I'd tell FBI everything. Tomorrow, we'd find them all. Tomorrow, we'd end this. The trial began 3 months after the arrests. Federal courthouse. San Francisco. Courtroom packed with victims' families. Media. FBI agents. I sat in the witness box. Facing Marcus Holloway. Rebecca. Richard Caldwell, all three in orange jumpsuits. Shackled. Defeated. Prosecutor stood. Federal prosecutor. Sarah Martinez. Sharp. Prepared. Mrs. Thompson. Please tell the court what happened on October to end. I told them everything. The hospital confrontation. The forged documents. The poisoned medication. The car ride that would have ended in my death. Marcus stared at me. Cold. Emotionless. Rebecca cried. But I didn't look at her, Mrs. Thompson. Did you consent to the power of attorney? No. Did you consent to the house transfer? No. Did you consent to the DNR order? No, I never saw it until FBI told me it existed. Did you know your medication had been replaced? Not until it was tested. Not until FBI found sedatives and blood thinners instead of my prescribed medication. Martinez pulled out evidence bags. My pill bottles. The fake medication. Lab reports. Your Honor. Exhibit 47. Mrs. Thompson's medication. Analysis shows lorazepam and warfarin. Both in lethal concentrations when combined with surgical anesthesia. She turned to me. Mrs. Thompson, what would have happened if you'd taken this medication and proceeded with surgery? I would have died. Cardiac arrest. Excessive bleeding. The forged DNR would have prevented resuscitation. It would have looked natural. Who managed your medication? Rebecca, my daughter. She picked it up from pharmacy, sorted it into daily containers. I trusted her. Marcus's attorney stood. Defense. Expensive. Suit. Objection. Speculation. Mrs. Thompson cannot know who replaced the medication. Judge looked at Martinez. Your Honor, we have evidence. Pharmacy records show Rebecca Thompson picked up Mrs. Thompson's prescriptions on September 15th. Security footage shows her entering and leaving the pharmacy. The prescription filled was correct. Blood pressure medication, not sedatives. The switch happened between pharmacy and Mrs. Thompson's home. Only Rebecca and Marcus Holloway had access. Objection overruled. Continue. The trial lasted 2 weeks. Testimony after testimony. Victim after victim. Linda Patterson testified about her father's death. The forged documents. The stolen 89000 Jennifer Chan testified about her mother Patricia's death. The cardiac arrest in the car. Marcus driving. The DNR she never authorized. Sarah Mitchell, the Boston victim, testified about how Martin Holloway had married her daughter. Started the same pattern. FBI stopped it before her scheduled surgery. 23 victims total. 6 deaths. $23 million stolen. The evidence was overwhelming. Caldwell's files, showing 11 cases. Same legal language. Same offshore trust structures. Same forged signatures. Marcus's identities. 4 names. 4 states. 4 different marriages. Same pattern every time. Bank records. Showing money flowing from victims to offshore accounts controlled by Marcus and Caldwell. Medical records. Showing 6 victims died within 18 months of asset transfers. All during medical procedures. All with forged DNRs. The syringe found in Marcus's jacket. Potassium chloride. Enough to cause instant cardiac arrest. Untraceable in autopsy unless specifically tested. FBI recordings. Every conversation. Every lie. Every manipulation. And the wire recording. Caldwell coaching me to forge my own signature. Teaching me the exact technique. Proving his expertise. Defense tried everything. Claimed coercion. Claimed I was confused. Claimed the recordings were edited. But FBI had redundant systems. Multiple cameras. Multiple microphones. Cloud backups. Everything synchronized. Time-stamped. Verified. There was no defense. On day 14, the jury deliberated. 4 hours. They returned. In the case of United States v. Marcus Holloway, Count 1. Conspiracy to commit murder. How do you find? Guilty. Count 2. Wire fraud. How do you find? Guilty. 6 counts. All guilty. In the case of United States v. Rebecca Thompson, my daughter stood, crying, shaking. Count 1. Conspiracy to commit murder. How do you find? Rebecca had cooperated, testified against Marcus, against Caldwell, given evidence, names, dates, details. In exchange, prosecutors offered reduced sentence, guilty, with recommendation for leniency. In the case of United States v. Richard Caldwell, guilty. On all counts, the judge scheduled sentencing for 2 weeks later. I walked out of that courthouse, free, alive, victorious, but hollow, empty. My daughter was convicted. She tried to kill me. She'd helped Marcus kill 6 people, steal from 23 families. Ellen met me outside, hugged me. It's over. Not yet. Sentencing still coming. But the verdict is done. They're convicted. They're going to prison. It's over. I look back at the courthouse. Thomas was right about everything. He was. And he saved you. That night, Agent Chen called. Mrs. Thompson, we found something in Caldwell's files. Something you need to see. What? Can you come to FBI office? Tomorrow morning? Yes. The next morning, Chen showed me a document. Old, yellowed, dated 15 years ago. What is this? This is a trust document, filed in Oregon, 1998, for someone named Thomas Reynolds. My breath caught. Thomas Reynolds was one of Marcus's first victims. Age 79, medication overdose, ruled accidental. Marcus was dating his daughter. I know. You showed me his file. What we didn't know until now is that Thomas Reynolds wasn't his real target. The trust document shows the real target was Reynolds' wife, Helen Reynolds. My hands started shaking. Helen Reynolds, married to Thomas Reynolds for 41 years. 2 children, 1 house, $1.2 million in assets. She pulled out another document. Helen Reynolds' maiden name. Before she married Thomas Reynolds in 1957, she showed me Helen Morrison. Morrison, my maiden name, Mrs. Thompson. Helen Reynolds was your cousin, your father's brother's daughter. I sat down, couldn't breathe. Your cousin Helen died in 2010, car accident. Thomas Reynolds died 6 months later, medication overdose. Their daughter Sarah married Marcus Holloway in 2009. By 2011, all assets were gone. Sarah divorced Marcus. He disappeared. He killed my cousin. Yes, and we think that's not coincidence. We think Marcus researched Helen Reynolds, found out about family, found out about you, found out about your husband Thomas, your assets, your vulnerability after Thomas got sick. He targeted me because he'd already killed my cousin. We think so. We think he saw the pattern. Elderly woman, terminally ill husband, adult children, significant assets. He'd done it once with Helen Reynolds. It worked. Why not do it again with Helen Thompson? I felt cold, freezing. Marcus killed my cousin, stole from her, then found me, targeted Rebecca, manipulated her into helping him do the same thing to me. Yes. How did Thomas know? Chen pulled out another document. Letter. Thomas's handwriting. This was in the safety deposit box, with the other documents. We found it yesterday. It was sealed. FBI eyes only. Instructions to open it only after conviction. She handed it to me. Helen, if you're reading this, they've been convicted. Justice is done. I need to tell you something. Something I discovered but couldn't tell you before. Helen Reynolds, your cousin, the one who died in the car accident in 2010. It wasn't an accident. I investigated, privately, after I got sick. After I saw Rebecca changing, I hired a private investigator, former FBI. He dug deep. Helen Reynolds' car accident, brake failure. But mechanics found evidence the brake line had been cut. Police dismissed it, said it was wear and tear. But it wasn't. Marcus Holloway cut those brakes, killed Helen Reynolds, made it look accidental, then killed Thomas Reynolds with medication overdose 6 months later. Stole everything. I found the connection. Found Marcus's pattern. Realized he was doing the same thing to us. That's when I started documenting everything. That's when I contacted Morrison, Ellen, Margaret. That's when I set up the safety deposit box. I couldn't tell you while I was alive. Marcus would have killed me sooner, would have moved faster, would have targeted you immediately. But after my death, you'd be vulnerable. Perfect target. That's when he'd strike. So I prepared everything. Gave you the tools, the evidence, the allies, the plan. I couldn't save Helen Reynolds, but I could save you. I love you. Always, Thomas. I read it 3 times. Tears streaming. Thomas knew. He knew Marcus had killed my cousin. He knew Marcus was targeting us. He knew, and he prepared everything. He died protecting me, Mrs. Thompson, because of Thomas's investigation, because of your testimony, because of the wire recordings. We've connected Marcus Holloway to 9 murders. Not 6. 9. 9. Helen Reynolds. Thomas Reynolds. And a victim we didn't know about until now. Helen Reynolds' sister, Margaret Reynolds, died in 2008. Nursing home fall. Marcus was working at that nursing home under another identity. He killed 3 members of my family before he came after me. Yes. And Thomas figured it out. Documented it. Set you up to stop him. I looked at Thomas's letter. His handwriting. His love. He died knowing Marcus would come after me. Died preparing me to fight back. Died giving me the tools to survive. And I did. Sentencing day arrived. Judge Roberts. Federal judge. Stern. Fair. Marcus Holloway stood first. Mr. Holloway, you have been convicted of 6 counts of conspiracy to commit murder, 18 counts of wire fraud, 12 counts of identity theft, and 7 counts of elder abuse under RICO statutes. You have operated a criminal enterprise for at least 20 years. You have targeted vulnerable elderly individuals. You have stolen $23 million. You have killed 9 people. The court finds your actions calculated, premeditated, and utterly without remorse. Marcus Holloway, I hereby sentence you to life imprisonment without possibility of parole. You will serve your sentence in federal maximum security facility. You will never be free again. Marcus showed no emotion. Richard Caldwell next. Mr. Caldwell, you have been convicted of conspiracy to commit murder, wire fraud, and racketeering. You used your position as an attorney to facilitate murders, to forge documents, to steal from vulnerable people. The court sentences you to 40 years in federal prison. No parole. Rebecca last. My daughter stood, thin, pale, broken. Miss Thompson, you have been convicted of conspiracy to commit murder and elder abuse. However, the court notes your cooperation, your testimony, your remorse. The court sentences you to 18 years in federal prison, with credit for time served and good behavior. You may be eligible for release in 15 years. Rebecca looked at me, mouthed, I'm sorry. I didn't respond. The judge banged gavel. This court is adjourned. It was over. Outside, media surrounded me. Cameras, microphones, questions. Mrs. Thompson, how do you feel? Mrs. Thompson, will you forgive your daughter? Mrs. Thompson, what's next? Agent Chen and Morrison escorted me through the crowd, into waiting car, safe, protected, victorious, but not whole. Never whole again. 2 weeks after sentencing, I had my surgery. Real surgery. Different hospital. St. Mary's Medical Center. Boston. Dr. Catherine Walsh. Harvard-trained. Cardiac specialist. 30 years experience. FBI vetted. Trusted. Ellen was there. Margaret. Detective Morrison. Agent Chen. No Rebecca. No Michael. No one who'd tried to kill me. Just people who'd saved me. The surgery took 4 hours. Valve replacement. Arterial bypass. Complex. Delicate, but successful. I woke in recovery. Groggy. Sore. Alive. Ellen held my hand. You made it, Thomas. She smiled, tears in her eyes. Thomas would be so proud. I recovered for 6 weeks. Physical therapy. Cardiac rehab. Medications. Real medications this time. FBI protection continued. Just in case. Just until Marcus's associates were all identified and arrested, Agent Chen visited weekly. Updates on the case. We found Martin Holloway, Marcus's brother, operating in Texas. Same pattern, same methods. Arrested him last week. 3 victims. We stopped him before anyone died. How many total? With Marcus's network? 37 victims identified. 12 deaths. Total theft. $31 million. But because of you, because of your testimony, we've dismantled the entire operation. 37 families. Yes, and they all want to thank you. Someone to meet you. When you're ready. I wasn't ready. Not yet. The house felt empty. Quiet. Thomas was gone. Rebecca was in prison. It was just me, but Margaret had a plan. Helen. Thomas left instructions. In his will. Specific instructions about what to do with the recovered assets. She spread documents across my kitchen table. The same table where FBI had spread Marcus's files months ago. Thomas set up a foundation. Before he died. Thomas Thompson Foundation for Elder Protection. He funded it with $500,000 from his life insurance. He appointed you as director. He left detailed plans for what it should do. I read Thomas's notes. His vision. His dream. A foundation to help elderly victims of financial abuse. Legal support. Counseling. Education. Advocacy. He wanted you to lead it. I don't know anything about running a foundation. You know everything about surviving elder abuse. That's what matters. The rest we can hire people for. 3 months after surgery, I held the first meeting. Thomas Thompson Foundation. Official launch. Margaret as legal counsel. Ellen as advisor. Agent Chen as law enforcement liaison. Morrison as investigator. And 12 victims from Marcus's network. Families who'd lost everything. Families who wanted to help others. We met in my living room. The room where Marcus and Rebecca had tried to manipulate me. The room where FBI had recorded everything. Now it was a war room. A place to fight back. We're going to do 3 things, I said. First, legal support. Anyone facing elder fraud gets a lawyer. Free. No questions. We fight for them. Second, education. We teach families how to spot the signs. How to protect vulnerable parents. How to stop fraud before it starts. Third, advocacy. We push for stronger laws. Mandatory reporting. Stricter penalties. Federal oversight of care facilities. We make sure what happened to us doesn't happen to anyone else. Everyone nodded. Determined. United. How do we fund it? Someone asked. We already have funding, Margaret said. The court ordered restitution from Marcus and Caldwell. $8.3 million recovered from offshore accounts. Half goes to victims for restitution. Half goes to the foundation. That's for $0.1 million. Plus Thomas's $500,000. We have $4.6 million to start. That's enough to help hundreds of families, Ellen added. Thousands, I corrected. We're going to help thousands. 6 months after sentencing, we opened our first office, San Francisco, downtown. Professional space. Conference rooms. Legal library. Staff of 8. 3 attorneys. 2 investigators. 2 counselors. 1 administrator. Our first case. Sarah Mitchell, the Boston victim. Her daughter had married Martin Holloway. FBI stopped the fraud. But Sarah lost $200,000 before arrest. We got it back. All of it. Plus damages. Plus attorney fees paid by Martin. Our second case. Linda Patterson. Marcus's first victim. Her father died in 2007. $890,000 stolen. Statute of limitations had expired. Civil case impossible. But we found a loophole. Marcus had used forged documents. Fraud has no statute of limitations when discovered late. We sued Marcus's estate. 1. Linda got $890,000 plus 18 years of interest. $1.6 million total. Our third case. Jennifer Chen, Patricia's daughter, Gerald's daughter, Marcus's third wife. Jennifer had divorced Marcus, but she'd signed documents during the marriage. Documents giving Marcus power of attorney over her parents. She didn't know they were forged. She thought she'd consented. She lived with guilt. 3 years. Thought she'd killed her parents by trusting Marcus. We proved the signatures were forged. Expert analysis. Forensic document examination. The documents Jennifer thought she'd signed? She'd never seen them. Marcus forged her signature too. Jennifer broke down, cried, released, free from guilt. I didn't kill them. No. I said. Marcus did. You were a victim too. By the end of the first year, Thomas Thompson Foundation helped 63 families, recovered $12 million in stolen assets, prosecuted 7 new cases, sent 4 more criminals to prison. The foundation grew. More staff, more offices. New York, Chicago, Los Angeles. More funding, donations, grants, wealthy donors who'd heard the story, who wanted to help. By year 2, 187 families helped, $34 million recovered. Year 3, 412 families helped, $89 million recovered. We became the largest elder protection organization in the country. Congressional testimony, federal legislation, new laws named after Marcus's victims, the Patricia Morrison Act, requiring medical facilities to verify DNR orders directly with patients, the Gerald Chen Act, requiring care facilities to report suspicious falls to law enforcement, the Thomas Thompson Act, mandatory background checks for anyone seeking power of attorney, laws that would save lives, laws that would protect vulnerable people, laws written in the blood of Marcus's victims, and I led it all. Me, Helen Thompson, 73 years old, heart surgery survivor, widow, mother of a convicted criminal. I became the voice for elder abuse victims, the face of protection, the advocate who'd fought back and won. Rebecca wrote to me, monthly, from prison, letters begging forgiveness, letters explaining how Marcus had manipulated her, letters promising to change. I read them, all of them, but I didn't respond. Not yet. Maybe not ever. Some things are too broken to fix. 2 years after the trial, I visited Thomas's grave. October 2nd. Anniversary of the day Rebecca and Michael tried to kill me. Anniversary of the day I fought back. I placed flowers, roses, his favorite, Thomas. We did it. The foundation helped 412 families this year. We recovered $89 million. We passed 3 federal laws. We're saving lives. I sat on the grass, leaned against his headstone. Marcus got life in prison. Caldwell got 40 years. Rebecca got 18. They'll never hurt anyone again. Wind rustled leaves. Peaceful. Quiet. I miss you. Every day. But I'm living. I'm fighting. Just like you wanted. I stood. Brushed grass from my dress. I'll be back next month to tell you about the new office in Seattle. You'd love it. Overlooks the water. Just like you always wanted. I walked to my car. Ellen waiting. Ready to drive me to the foundation office. Meeting with new victims. New families needing help. The work never stopped. The fight never ended. But neither did I that evening. I received a call. Unknown number. Mrs. Thompson? Yes. This is Sarah Mitchell. From Boston. You helped my family when Martin Holloway tried to steal from us. I remember. How are you? I'm calling because my daughter just had a baby. A girl. Her first. My first grandchild. Congratulations. We named her Helen, after you. Because you saved us. You saved my daughter from Marcus's brother. You saved my family. My throat tightened. I don't know what to say. Just say you'll keep fighting. Keep helping families. Keep doing what you're doing. Because people like you are why people like me still have hope. I will. I promise. I hung up, sat in silence, a baby named Helen, because of me, because I'd fought back, because I'd survived. Thomas would have loved that. The night before my heart surgery, my daughter told me not to expect anything from her. She was right. I didn't expect anything. I demanded everything. Justice, truth, protection, life. And I got it. Not because I was strong, not because I was brave, because Thomas prepared me, because Ellen supported me, because Margaret Morrison and Agent Chen believed me, because I had allies, because I had evidence, because I fought back. Marcus Holloway targeted vulnerable elderly people. He thought we were weak, easy marks, victims. He was wrong. The most dangerous opponent isn't the one with strength. It's the one with patience, preparation, purpose. Thomas taught me that. even dying. He taught me how to survive, how to fight, how to win. 3 years after the trial, I stood at the podium. National Elder Protection Conference, Washington, D.C. Audience of 2,000. Advocates, attorneys, law enforcement, victims. My name is Helen Thompson. 3 years ago, my daughter and her husband tried to kill me. They poisoned my medication, forged my signature, planned to murder me during heart surgery. The room was silent. They failed, because my husband Thomas left me tools, evidence, allies, a plan. But most importantly, he left me a mission. Fight back, not just for myself, for everyone, for every vulnerable person who can't fight alone. Thomas Thompson Foundation has now helped over 800 families, recovered over $200 million, sent 14 criminals to prison, passed 7 federal laws. We're winning because we refuse to be victims, because we fight back together. The audience stood. Applause, tears, recognition. I looked up. Imagine Thomas watching. Proud. This is for you, Thomas. All of it. That night, alone in my hotel room, I opened the final letter Thomas had left. The one marked open only when you're ready. Inside, one sentence. Helen, the strongest steel is forged in the hottest fire. You were always steel. I just showed you the fire. Love always, Thomas. I folded the letter, placed it back in the envelope, put it with the others. Tomorrow, I'd fly home, back to San Francisco, back to the foundation, back to work. 8 new cases waiting, 8 new families needing help. The fight continued. The work never stopped. But neither did I, because the night before my heart surgery, my daughter said, "Don't expect us, we're not your carers." And I learned, I don't need carers. I need justice. I need purpose. I need to make sure what happened to me never happens to anyone else. That's what Thomas left me. Not just evidence, not just money, not just a foundation. He left me a reason to live, a reason to fight, a reason to matter. And I will never stop. But here's my question for you. What would you do if your own child tried to take your life for money? Would you fight back? Forgive? Turn them in? Drop your answer in the comments. Elder abuse is far more common than people think. It can happen to anyone. If this helped you, share it and subscribe for more true stories every week. And remember, you're never too old to fight back.